Here is today's secret. Today is Friday. Welcome to EDIF, where every day is Friday. Get ready to ignite your passion for life, uncover hidden gems of wisdom, and embark on a journey of self-discovery like never before. Join us as we dive into the art of living fully, making meaningful experiences, and embracing the magic of everyday moments. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Boom, 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 boom. I just had to end that off. Welcome to the DA Show, where every day is truly Friday. So if you're just joining me today, welcome to the show, where we teach and kind of preach and do to get that Friday feeling every day. So today, thank you for joining. Today, we're going to talk about something really compelling. So don't scroll, jump up in the chat, say hello. It's been a minute. We're going to talk about the power of your story, right? Because what you say to yourself is everything. It's who you are. It's your identity. It's your belief system, right? So we need to kind of change the story that we say to ourselves. See, if we want to become something new, we have to divorce our old story, right, of who we were. And then we have to marry our new story of who we want to become, right? But there's a formula to it. There's kind of a way to do it because, listen, ladies and gentlemen, aren't you just tired of hearing how everything just sucks? Aren't you tired of hearing that life's going to end and every time you turn on the news for views and it's a train wreck? But the thing is, we have an opportunity to embrace who we are, right? See, it's not the story that we hear. It's the story that we continue to tell ourselves is the person that we're becoming, right? So I'm going to give you a bunch of examples today, a bunch of strategies that you can stop saying, listen, man, what am I here for? I mean, think about it. We're not here. We might think that we live forever. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we don't. And the thing is, if we want to become something different, we can't be the same as we were. See, if you do the same thing over and over again and expect different results, it's insanity. It's never going to change, right? But you're not a tree, so you can change. And I'm going to give you some examples today to help you kind of transition your life of your dreams. And honestly, it doesn't matter when you start. You see, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. And it starts with a decision. And the decision can start right now. Okay? So just jump right into this. If you're driving in your car, you're listening, jump up in the chat, say hello. This is live. This isn't Memorex. This isn't something taped. This is real talk, straight up shooting the shit with my people. So here's one thing that we get stuck in, right? You could appreciate this. We get stuck in stories of failure, right? How many times do we get stuck of, I failed at this, I failed at that. And you keep saying to yourself, as you go through life, I didn't make it on this, I didn't make it on that. You see, when you reframe it, and then you say, listen, I didn't fail. I tried something new. And guess what? It's a lesson that I've learned to do better the next time. So you take the failure out of your vocabulary. You say to yourself, I'm trying something new. I'm in the arena. I'm designing my life. I didn't fail. I just tried something. It didn't work out, right? What up, Mona girl? How we doing? And then you try something new. And each time you fail, allegedly, it's a lesson to try something new. And then each time you try something new, you gain this strength to do it again. And you gain more strength by doing it again. It's kind of like working out, right? You're exercising, you're lifting weights, right? Trying to get diesel or whatever you want to do, cut up. your bone, your muscles are ripping, they're tearing because you're resisting. It's resisting, right? And here's what happens. Something else grows on top of it because you become stronger by resisting, right? So each time that you try something new, you have a different strategy to get better the next time. So no, you did not fail. I have failed all of my way to the top, right? Because I kept trying things and trying things. Like, for example, I'm on Facebook for the first time going live during the pandemic. I didn't even know how to press a button. I was like, yo, how do we, I'm knocking this out. I'm like, yo, what's going on, D? But you know what? I was a train wreck. Now, 3 years later, press the button. I got people on live. I talk to hundreds and thousands of people across the world. I have a microphone. I have a background. I'm able to talk a little differently. I'm able to relax a little bit more. I've learned what my people want to hear, right? Because I stayed in the game. And I'm not a failure. I'm a person that just understands that, the only way you can get something done is if you, like the little engine that could. I think I can. I think I can. It sounds corny, but I think I can. I think I can. And when it gets to the top, it goes, I know I can. I know I can. I know I can. And then all of a sudden, you start getting all these ideas of how you can do it. Kind of like rejection, right? You get rejected once in a situation like, oh, I'm not worthy. No. Why were you rejected? What do you think happened? What could you do differently next time? You know what? Maybe I was rejected this time, but next time I'll find a better way so I can get better results. It's all the story that you're telling yourself, right? It's unworthiness. How many people, you know what I'm talking, men and women, I'm not worthy. Can you imagine? Think about that story. You're telling yourself, I'm not worthy. That hurts. And I know a lot of people, you never realize that, say to themselves, I'm just not worthy of this life, or I'm not worthy of getting, the desired results that I want. What up, Dino? How you doing, baby? What's up, fam? That's not, you are worthy in what you do and what you choose to become. And you design your own life, and it's hills and valleys, and it's okay. Because you will get you to your desired location if you understand what you say to yourself matters, okay? And the other thing is, I always have bad luck. Do you? I mean, the harder I work, the luckier I got, right? So you can't say I got bad luck. How do you create luck for yourself, right? The harder I work, the luckier I got, right? The more I put in, the more I got out, right? Put nothing in, get nothing out. It's a way to divorce your old story of what you were, so you know what? No. That doesn't define my future. What I was is not what I want to become, right? Because there's a great saying, and I know you'd appreciate this, and this sums this up, right? Saints have a past, and sinners have a future. I want you to think about that for a minute. Look at the saints. If you look at the saints of all time, they did some wild stuff. We all did some crazy stuff when we were younger. I mean, come on now. What, am I going to beat you up for everything that you did so you can't move forward in this beautiful life? No. We're allowed to fail or allegedly fall and get back up and fall again and get back up. And we evolve to become better people. If you choose to be, it's the story that you're telling yourself. But here, let me ask you a question. All of you here today and listening all over, where do these stories come from? Now, if you get to the root of the matter, right? Now, think about it. What up, D Nice? My name is Derek D Nice. Taking out your suckers and you don't know how I did it, right? Maybe it was your parents. And listen, this ain't about nobody's parents, but maybe your parents said, I don't know, you're just not capable to be that person. Or maybe you didn't have a good relationship with your parents and they didn't make you feel worthy. And that you labeled that, you know what, if my parents can say it to me, then I'm not. Maybe it was society, especially online. You say something, everybody attacks you for your opinion. And people get twisted because honestly, what you tune into, you're going to turn into. And obviously past experiences, right? Now, past experiences, We all have them. We have a brain. We went through some stuff. But at the end of the day, it's kind of like, wait a second. I conquered that. I'm still here breathing. What I learned from it, I got to get up. I got to stand up. And I can't give up. But if I keep telling my story like this, I say, you know what? I'll never get promoted at my job. Here's what's going to happen to you, okay? You're not going to get promoted at your job because your mind and your body and your soul are going to give you everything to not get promoted at your job. This ain't hyperbole, but I've lived this. See, when you start with nothing, you got nothing to lose. So I'm blessing up, right? So the thing is, instead of saying, I'll never get promoted, you switch the way you story. You tell yourself, wait a second, I'm going to be so good that they can't ignore me. Do you see the change in your attitude, which is your altitude, right? So the story that we say to ourselves over and over again is the person that we're becoming. Is that who you want to become? Do you want to be that person that says, I don't have any luck, just not worthy, I'm not capable? For real? You need to switch that up. You were blessed with the gift of life, with certain abilities. Like I always people say, here, what's the one common sentence, right? You say to yourself about life? I'm just not lucky. What's the story? Where did it come from? Is it actually true? Or just, ready for this? Or just something you've accepted because of other people's opinion that most of the time don't even know you and you would never ask advice from. Beautiful people, this life is your life. It is your story. It is your journey on like the Wizard of Oz, right? But we've become so uncomfortable with ourselves. We are riddled, and you know what I'm talking about, with so much depression and anxiety about what I did yesterday, what's going to come in the past, that here, let me give you a real example, and I'm going to put addiction here, okay? Whatever you're addicted to, people are addicted to a lot of things. What happened, let's say we'll put drugs, for example, because I grew up, in Brooklyn, New York. We did a lot of crazy stuff, and a lot of times when someone is addicted to drugs, right? Hypothetically, I'm talking about heroin, dropping, just completely numbing themselves to the point of oblivion, right? A lot of times that drug is not a problem. Now, hang tight, like this page and share it because it's going to get real deep. That drug is actually a solution to the story that you're telling yourself because you don't feel good just being you. Make sense? What's up, sis? How you doing, sweetheart? When you're uncomfortable with your situation, when you're uncomfortable with your own self, you try and find other things to numb that uncomfortability within your internal. So you have to acknowledge where this is coming from. Is it true? And it's just like ending a toxic relationship. You have to let that old story go. You see, if you're constantly saying all these things, I have bad luck, I'm not good in relationships, I'm never going to work, my past experience got me, you are getting, ready for this? You're getting so condensed in your mind and your body, in your soul, it's too crowded to let the blessings that are waiting for you when you decide to let go of your old self. You shed that skin and said, I'm not going to take it no more. I'm done. That story is not who I am. That person in a relationship with me that talked down to me, that abused me in some way, where it came from is not who I am. It's just who they assume I am, but that's their opinion of me. That's not my opinion of me. That is not my opinion of me. And the only way you're going to do it is you got to write down your old story of where you are. And then you got to say, what do I want to become? And what do I need to do to get there? Because I got to take the label off. I don't feel good where I'm at. Because this life is a one-time journey. And I'm out here, look, I can come out here cursing, yelling, screaming, throwing up naked pics of dumb stuff, get all kind of going viral. But is that helping anybody? I want to be able to hopefully pour into people what I've learned in 54 years of how to live a successful and fulfilled life. And physically, emotionally, mentally, financially, giving it to you to say, this was my journey, this was my story, and look what I made of it. I'm continuing to grow, but so can you. But the thing is, write down your old story, right? Of kind of what you thought you were and what got you stuck. Read it. Now I want you to listen closely. No joke. You write down your old story of the person that you want to let go, and then rip it up, burn it, and I want you to throw it away. And you don't have to wait to do this. You don't have to wait for the perfect day. You don't have to wait for the perfect time. Life is not waiting for you, ladies and gentlemen. Life is happening for you, not to you. Instead of, I always fail, your new story is like, I learn, I adapt, and I will succeed because I am capable of becoming. Now, the words I'm using, pay close attention. This is a gem. Psychology will tell you when you say, I am capable, I am worthy of great things, I am going to get that promotion, I am going to find the love of my life, I am going to divorce my old story, and I'm going to marry my new story. Because you know what? I'm not happy where I'm at. And the pursuit of happiness, I'm done. I want to smile a bit more, and I want to get that Friday feeling every day, because every day that ends in Y is a blessing. Instead of I'm not worthy of love, is I attract love and I give love freely. So if you look at something called reframing, if you have an app, look at reframing. What up, Mona Queen? You know what I'm talking about, Mona. I appreciate you coming here every week. You know I love you, and I mean that. Is look at reframing your thoughts. And you could do that online, ChatGPT. Reframe is something you say and what's from negative to positive. So, for example, you could say things when I can't do this, man. Say, I can, I will, and I must make it happen, right? There's certain ways I'm not worthy of love, right? Like I said before. It's I attract love and give it freely. So the thing is, you got to speak your new story to yourself every day. You got to align your behaviors with your new identity. And here's what's really important. You got to surround your with people that are going to reinforce your new story. Because, ladies and gentlemen, when you got to surround yourself with people that want to see you successful, you want to surround yourself with people that want to see you happy. You see, we need a social support system around us. As human beings, we need social support. And if we're not getting that from the people that we love, can you imagine how that makes us feel internally? So the most important thing about your story is your old story. No matter what you've done, forgive yourself. And it starts with saying, and look, ladies and gentlemen, I've said this before. The wisdom that I have today is not the wisdom I had when I was 15 or 20 or 25 or 30. I've learned a lot. I've grown a lot. I've gained a lot. I've lost a lot too, right? Because no one talks about their struggles, right? But I've also realized that just because my story was one of struggle, may have been one of pain at certain times, people may look at my life and say, D, how did you get here? What did you do? I mean, you had these adverse upbringings. You were in situations that honestly, and you guys know what I'm talking about, people that came from my neighborhood, and, stories when I tell people, they're just like, oh my goodness, how did you, they can't believe. And this was normal for us, right? But problems became blessings for me. And I realized that the more problems that I had, the more situations I was put in, the stronger I became solving them, right? Because each problem that hit me, I was able to say, okay, I got to push through this. I got to try something new. I got to become a different version. And I think this is so compelling. Listen closely and really write this down. There were times in all our lives when we probably looked up to God and said, what are you doing? Why do you put me through this, man? I'm suffering. This is, I'm in pain. I'm in such pain, right? But here's the best part. Your old story won't define you unless you let it. And what God is doing, he's strengthening you spiritually. If you're not capable, he may give you more problems than you need because he understands that as you get older, you need to be powerful because this world is not fair. And it's not easy to thrive. You could have the perfect life. Every day, I at least try to do one good deed. Nicole, welcome to the show. I want to share something. I'm going to stop what I'm saying for a minute. Nicole, that's beautiful. I have to give you some props today because it must make you feel good, Nicole, right? Because I think when we get older and do things right, and you've been through so much and you've excelled and you pushed through it and you've accomplished your dreams and your hopes and your goals. And what happens is you want to be able to share that with somebody else, right? And you want to be able to say, listen, man, this is what I've done. This is how I did it. It wasn't easy, but you know what? It's possible, right? And when you do something good for someone as you get older, you feel good inside because growing and contributing gives you purpose. And I feel at 54, I'm growing and contributing and hopefully pouring into people's lives to let them understand that this is one life. And what we say to ourselves matter, and every person that breathes matters. You just have to say it to yourself and believe that you're one of them. And Nicole Lee, it's beautiful that you said that because every day I wake up and I go on Facebook almost every day for the last 3 years. I put a quote and I kind of make the quote come to life with my own thoughts because I want to give people in the morning some sort of hope for the day, some sort of love for the day, something that they can look at and say, wow, you know what? It's not so bad. It's going to be okay. I'll be able to push through it. I know it's Monday, but every day is Friday, right? It's a gift. I woke up. I live in grace. My thoughts matter, right? My intention of what I want to do matters. And when you do that, Nicole, it must make you feel so good to do good for other people. And the universe, you don't have to ask for anything. The universe is going to bless you back. So that's beautiful. You keep doing what you're doing, Nicole. That's absolutely beautiful. So today on this show, I've been hearing so many things and I've been watching people's stories. And I'm going to go off script for a little bit. And I've been seeing a lot of people, even people I know, that are suffering where they just feel they live till they're 50, but they died at 25. People, they've been through relationships. And I've realized, ladies and gentlemen, that you could have you could have 10 million in the bank, the most beautiful relationship with your family, the greatest job in the world, fulfilled your hopes and dreams, and you're like, I've arrived. And then you're like, you said, now I know you're going to feel this. I want you to feel this. How many times did you do something, right? You bought a new car and you were excited. For how long? 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 months, 5 years, right? Think about it. I got this promotion. I was like, yeah, I can't wait to get it. You get this promotion. You're like, let's go. And then you're like, how long does it last? 5 days, 5 years, 5 months, right? Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't live a beautiful life and get promoted, have beautiful things. We all should strive to be the best version of our life and get the things we are. But those things kind of wear out after a while. And then you got to look deep inside. And you have to know that growing each day, challenging yourself with new things, going after the goals, and you set up new goals in your life. And most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, you should write down your goals, whether you want to make 100 grand next year, whether you want to have a better relationship, whatever it is, you write it down on a piece of paper. And you think the goal is the most important thing? That's the direction, right? That's where I want to go, and you get these ideas. But the most important part about getting to that goal, your life's goal, the way you design it, is the person that you're becoming going after the goal that you want in this one life. So I compel you to stop staying stuck, set up some small goals for yourself, get started, start moving towards those goals, challenging yourself. Let it break you just a little bit, because it's going to develop some strength. It's going to give you power to draw from. And when you look back on your life, and someday you will, and you can look back, and I've interviewed people 70, 80, 90. I've interviewed people that were on their deathbed. And I found a pattern. And the pattern was, I never regretted the things I did. I regretted the things I never tried to do. Try to do something. Put yourself out there. Don't worry about other people's opinions. Don't worry about judgment. Guess what? God don't judge you till your last days. Neither should anybody out here. So my thing to all of you beautiful people, and it's this important, is what you say to yourself every single day matters. Who you are on this planet matters. And the person you choose to become, it ain't up to me. You already have the ability, the know-how, the info to make it happen. You just have to take the first step in doing it, because the only way, right, you'll know if the ocean's cold is if you get your feet wet first. You know what I'm talking about, right? Get to the ocean, it's like, that's freezing, bro. I'm like, dude, just go to the ocean, put your feet in, bro. What's up? But then in order to change your life, ladies and gentlemen, just jump right in. Because after a while, that cold water, as you know, we swam in Coney Island, Rockaway Beach. I've been to Long, everywhere. It's cold at the beginning. But if you hang out for a little while and you swim for a little bit and you start having some fun, what happens? Start warming up, start throwing the football around, start picking each up and throwing in. Do you know why that happens? Do you know why it's fun? It's exciting. Things start to change. Things start to get good. Because you took that first step. And everybody, and I'm going to give you something, okay? Please take this with you. 95% of the people do not fulfill their hopes and dreams because they make up a story of it's not going to work. They're not going to like me. I'm not sure if I know how to press a button. I'm not sure if my friends on social media are going to be with me. What if this one don't like me? And you go through all these things and before you know it, you're like, fuck it. I ain't doing shit. Right? You're like, fuck it. I ain't doing shit. I ain't going out there. I'm done. When, guess what? Do it. Take action. Jump in. And I promise you, the first time you got anxiety, like, oh my God. The second time you press the buttons better. The third time you're doing a speech. The fourth time you're starting to move and shake. The fifth time you're putting on some Biggie Smalls. The sixth time you're like, it's time to get started, you feel me? And then you're moving and shaking, and that's what happens. It's kind of like the gym. How many of you, right? Dino, everybody out here, right? You go to a gym. Now, I used to work in gyms for 25 years and own gyms, and I'll leave you with this crazy story. Why do you think people don't go to the club? How many people do you know that go to the gym, right? And they leave and they go, man, I should have never worked out today. This sucks. No, nobody says that. Not one person I know said that. But here's what happens. It's not the gym. Now, I know you all do this, okay? You want to change your life? Stop making up a story how bad things are going to be. And then say this story. They could be better than I've imagined. So I got to bring my stuff to the gym. I got to bring my bag. I got to pull up. What if the parking lot's crowded? What if there's too many people? Forget about it. I'm going to get home late. You just talked yourself out of it. Stop lying to yourself. Instead of saying, I'm going to bring my bag, I'm going to put it in the car, I'm going to park my car, I'm not worried about nothing. The goal is I'm getting in the gym, I'm walking in, I'm taking that class, no matter what, I'm going to feel better when I leave because nothing tastes as good as fit feels, right? Nothing tastes as good as fit feels. Change your story. You'll change your outcome, and I promise you, make no mistake, you will change your life. So over the weekend this week, my recommendation is write down your new story. Write down, share it with somebody, your friend, or maybe tell your family, your kids. Write down your new story of the person I want to become. And write down 10 ways to get there. And just look at it every day and go for it. Because I promise you, you will regret the things you never tried. And I promise you, don't wait before it's too late. You deserve more. And y'all know what time it is, right? Every day is Friday, just to be clear. To get that Friday feeling, just hang here on EDIF, bring people to the live show, and take your life back, ladies and gentlemen, because we don't get to do it twice. And, I just want to left with a prayer. You believe in what you believe, and I respect that. I love you, Dino. You're my man, brother. Appreciate you, kid. Thanks for coming all the time, D, and everybody on here. And this great short little thing I end it with is, God, grant me the serenity for the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and give me the wisdom to know the difference. Until next time, I love you all. We're in this life together because remember something, we're not here to save ourselves. We're here to save each other. Hopefully I was able to pour something in for you today, change your story a little bit. I'll see you all next week. Same time, 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock. Hold on. Money and material items, this is from Mona, need to not be taken as everyone is happy and rich. Every day is a blessing, and nothing and no one is perfect. And life, because money doesn't make everything better, family makes it all better. Thank you, Mona. I'm going to leave it right there with that. Until next time, love you all. Appreciate you. Peace. Y'all know what time it is. It's your boy D Boogie from Every Day is Friday, which was just an idea I came up with because you know what? Every day is truly Friday. And if you want that feeling, it's right there for you, man. Don't forget to like this page and share it. Appreciate all of you coming today. Hopefully you got something good for you and the family. Mona, Dino, Nicole, everybody out here. My sis, Margaret, I love you. Till next time. Peace.